Hey Jack, Professor Oz back with you. It's been a while. I'm happy to be back in front of the GoPro going solo. Anyway, Jack, I'm here at a really cool place in the middle of nowhere. It's a beautiful oasis outside of Death Valley called the China Date Ranch. And this is where I'm going to kick off basically my Death Valley Paranormal show, where I'm hopefully going to hit a couple of ghost town and possibly a haunted hotel. So anyway, I just want to get started here because this is kind of an interesting place too. Way back when there was all sorts of mining going around here, mainly for silver and borax, the miners needed a constant supply of food, and so a Chinese man who was here through the Chinese immigrants that came during that period of time actually found this little oasis, bought it, and started producing fruit and vegetables and food to bring to the miners. Well, he started making lots of money, and the miners didn't like it. They didn't like the fact that this man from overseas who wasn't a citizen or anything at the time could just come over on a green card or whatever they had back then. I'm not even sure. I don't want to get political because I'm not going that way. But anyway, what actually happened was that he did so good that the miners got pissed off and they killed the guy. He just mysteriously disappeared. The ranch fell into hands over the years, and now there's a real nice family running it now. But in this man's honor, nobody even knows who the guy's name was. The Chinese man is called the China Valley Date Ranch. I bought my palm trees that I have my dates at home from this place. They have great dates if you like them, great date shades if you're not watching your diet like I am, Jack. But anyway, just want to give you an idea of where I'm at. I'm going to step aside for a minute, and you can see that in the distance there, you can see hills with absolutely nothing on them. Well, that's because there is nothing on them. We are in an oasis right here. The river that runs through here is called the Amargosa River. And it's the lifeblood of this place here. That's why you see all these palm trees all over the place. In fact, I want to pan a little bit here so you can see it. Okay, see? Nothing but groves and groves and groves and groves and groves. And what's not in groves, obviously, is wild trees that just have grown here because of the fact that there's water. So anyway, let me get back in front of my camera. Hopefully I'm not too off kilter now. Where was I? Let's see, right about. Anyway, Jack, I think you get the idea. My next stop hopefully is going to be Shoshone or Tacoma Hot Springs, where I'm staying for the night. We have property out here too. Interesting story about the property my wife and I bought many, many years ago. There's a connection to the Manson family, right? Charlie Manson. Didn't realize it just a couple nights ago when I was doing research for this place. Anyway, I got a lot of interesting things to talk to you guys about. Hope you stick with me for this whole video, and I'll talk to you later, Jack. So stay cool and stay very cool because it's really bloody hot out here right now in the 90s, in the middle of March, and I'm sure it's a lot cooler where you're at. Anyway, so here we are, March 19th on a Sunday, 2017, at the China Valley Date Ranch with the doctor, the Professor Oz, right here at your feet. Bye. Hey Jack, Professor Oz back with you in Dublin Gulch. That's right, Dublin Gulch. We're not in Dublin, Ireland. We're in California, in Shoshone. It's a ghost town. What's really unique about this ghost town is never going to be taken down by termites or desert winds, because look behind me here. You can see that these miners lived in the side of a mountain. Hopefully you can see both these here. They're all locked up. You can't get into there's some other ones on the other side, Jack, but it'd be in the shade and you couldn't see anything. Anyway, what's kind of unique about this is Ghost Town is not quite 100 years old. These miners lived here actually in the 1920s because there's absolutely nothing to build with. So technically it's a ghost town. I've had my EMF meter, my Mel meter out looking for spiritual activity. There's a graveyard just down the hill from me here. I walked through that, nothing, so it's pretty peaceful. However, there's one really interesting piece of information about this place. Back in the 60s, late 60s, remember Charlie Manson and his gang? Well, they lived out in Death Valley, which is not too far around the corner from here, maybe about 50, 60 miles. Two of Charlie's key guys got kicked out of the Death Valley ranch by Charlie Manson, and they ended up staying here for a while. And one of these guys, believe it or not, was one of his right-hand men. Now, neither one of these guys got involved in the murders, the Tate LaBianca murders, but what they did is when they started tracking them down, they actually finally turned in Charlie. So these guys turned in Charlie Manson, but they did get kicked out of the Manson place. And these guys lived in these little places like this for a while because they had nowhere else to go. So anyway, there's some real interesting information. Also, another piece of information, we have some property out here my wife and I bought about 30 plus years ago. And one of the old men in town cautioned us about doing business with the Manson family, which I didn't understand at the time. Well, I just discovered recently that actually one of the people that sold me the property was one of the guys that lived right here, that was one of the ex-family members. He cleaned up his life, got married, had kids, was a normal guy, but he was a Manson family member, which I think is pretty bizarre. Anyway, I want to give you one more look at this thing here. Then I'm going to tip it around so you can kind of see just what the landscape looks like. You can see that it's just nothing but desert and desert. And I don't know if you can see all the way over there how far this camera's going to go, but there's where some of the other ones were over there. Then as you slope down, you can kind of see just some of the buildings of Shoshone, which is named after one of the Indian tribes here. And finally, we're coming back again to these unique homes built into the dirt, the mud that is here, that's abundant. But like I said, you're not going to see a tree anywhere, Jack. So anyway, keep it real. We're hoping to go to a haunted hotel tomorrow if they'll let us in and walk around, and I'll keep you posted. So it's about 5 o'clock my time, Jack. I think it's time for a cold one. What do you say, Kelbo? Giddy up, over and out, Jack. Hey Jack, I'm here at Death Valley Junction at the Amargosa Opera House. I want to step back and let you see the scenery. Okay, this place has been in a couple of ghost adventures and also paranormal files. And when the people here, they felt lots of energy. And since it's basically kind of running as a motel, I didn't want to be too intrusive, but I did actually sneak into the hallway. And on my EMF meter, my millimeter, I got a 3.2 reading, Jack. And you know why I got that reading? Because when I went in the first time without the millimeter, I felt something. And I said, I'm going back, Jack. So I guess I got the touch. I don't know why, how it happened to me, but anyway, it's cool. So anyway, I just wanted to come to you and show you this place. I'm going to do a little bit of a circular turnaround, very slowly. As you can see, here's the hallways here. This is the hotel part. You can see my red truck there, I believe. And swinging around here, and you see the Amargosa Opera House. So anyway, I'm shooting here in the shade because of the fact that it's really windy, and if I went outside in the sun, it would be making so much noise you couldn't hear me. Anyway, I'm really excited. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, ever since I heard. I've gone by this place for years, never stopped. My wife and I would go to Death Valley and back. And the fact that it was on these ghost shows, I had to come here. So that's why I've done my little tour here with the China Date Ranch, with Dublin Gulch the other day, and now today. And you're saying, hey Jack, 2 days in a row wearing the same t-shirt, isn't that kind of funky? Well, guess what? I don't give a boop. I was traveling light on this trip. Anyway, I'm really excited. I want to actually try to go back in the hallway here and see if I can get a reading and take a picture of it at the same time. If I can do that, when Professor Oz closes out the show, at the very end here, as I often do, I'll be able to show you some more information. But anyway, I'm really jacked that I came here, and I'm really excited I got a reading, because like I said, I just didn't get anything outside. But the minute I walked in that hallway, I felt this whoosh. That's the only way I could describe it. I always tell people, I don't know what happened to me somewhere in my life where I started picking up on vibes, but I picked up on that vibe, and I had to go back and get my meter because I told myself if I didn't feel anything, I wasn't going to do it, but I did. And it was like right inside the hallway, just right there. Anyway, I thought that was really cool. So I want to try to go back and take a picture. I'm thinking if it's there, it's probably going to stay there. Anyway, talk to you later. Hope you've enjoyed my little adventure out here to Death Valley at Death Valley Junction and parts therein. Adios, Jack. Okay, Jack, see? What did I show you right there? See? We're inside the hallway. Isn't that cool? I think you'd agree that's very cool, getting a reading inside of this place where they had activity. Hey Jack, Professor Oz coming to you live from the faculty lounge. I'm between classes right now, between lectures, going over my notes, and I just kind of wanted to tie this last episode of my latest show, Death Valley Junction Paranormal Experience, together. Recap, I was at China Ranch, I think I covered everything there. Dublin Gulch, the same thing. Death Valley Junction, what I really want to let you know is that that last little clip that you saw was really me there in the hallway. And like I said, I got some really weird vibes when I walked in there. I won't call them weird, it's just I knew something was there. Now, I think the highest reading that we got there on the show that you saw my live footage was a 2.4 something, but I wanted to show you what I captured just on a camera the original time I was in there. Now hopefully you can see that. It shows 3.3 and should say Amargosa Opera House and Hotel, something like that. Anyway, I don't know if you can see it that clear. I'm going to move it a little bit back and forth, and hopefully you can see it. That's kind of what I wanted you to see. That 3.3 especially is really, really important, and hopefully you can see the Amargosa. That lets you know that's actually the real deal. I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Now I recognize that some people who follow the show who are Bigfoot fans think paranormal and ghost stuff's kind of, you know, hokey. And I was the same way, Jack, until my experience. So all I got to say is, if you don't believe, that's okay with me, Jack. I didn't believe either. Now I'm a believer. Just like that old song in the 60s, I'm a believer. Anyway, I just want to let you know the summer's coming soon. And well, before I even get that 15-second clip there, I just wanted to go on live and show you guys what those readings can do. Normally, you walk in any place with those smell meters, you get zeros. I was getting zeros all the way around outside the perimeter, didn't feel anything. And like I said, I'd already walked in that room before I had the millimeter, and I felt something. So that's why I went back there. I wanted to go back to the source of my feelings. And I was correct, Jack. So for B, that's all that really matters. I do this show because I want to let you guys know what's going on. I know my students want to keep in touch with what I'm doing, and I just love sharing my experiences. This is fun for me. I haven't made a red cent off of this. I probably never will, but for me, this is something that I enjoy doing. Anyway, summer's just around the corner, and the snow's going to be melting, and the forests are going to be getting open pretty soon too. My first planned trip, although things can always change, my first planned Bigfoot trip looks to be late April or May to Southern Oregon to go out to one of my friend's sites. He's invited me to, so graciously, and he doesn't even want to go in there alone. But guess what, Jack? Guess who's going in alone? That's right, yours truly. Although I'm going to go in with him. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully maybe a couple other friends can go. But anyway, I just wanted to tie this whole episode together and say I hope you enjoyed it. Do your homework. Write good notes, just like I've got here, Jack. Keep it real. Until later, adios, Jack.